Before we hop into today's episode, we have some fun, exciting, like behind the scenes news.
Yeah.
I think it's fun and exciting.
Yes.
We have been waiting to get a foster dog for a while now. We're fostering a Galago. So if you have listened to our podcast for a while, we've talked about our dog, Martin, that we have. He's a greyhound. So
he's a rescue dog.
He's a rescue greyhound. He used to race. He's actually our third racing dog that we've had. And there's not as many greyhounds available anymore because a lot of the tracks have been shut down. So the rescue group that we got him from, they're now working with a transport group that gets Galagos from Spain. Those are Spanish greyhounds. They are used over in Spain as hunting dogs.
Yep. Yeah.
And then just discarded, disposed of.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's pretty sad seeing some of the things they do.
If you want to be sad, you can look it up. If you don't want to be sad, don't look it up.
It's like watching one of those the commercial, the ASPCA or whatever it is. It's like
it is like Sarah McLachlan singing in the background. It is. It's sad. And so luckily the rescue group, is working with the transport group, Daphne's Legacy Tour, because Daphne was a Galago. So that's the name of the group that is the transport group that goes over to Spain and gets these dogs. So this fall, they've gotten 3 groups of dogs. And so we just got our dog that we're fostering. We just got him on, December 2nd?
Yep.
We were supposed to get one earlier, but it got delayed. Anyway, there was like this, that, the other, whatever. Things happened. We ended up getting the dog. And so he's doing well. He's getting along with our greyhound just fine so far.
Just a little skittish.
He's scared of basically everything.
Yeah.
He is scared of Scott, but they said it's not uncommon for them to be scared of men, just because the hunters that they work with are usually men and have, they don't come from the best backgrounds. But we're working on it. We'll get him there. He's taken to me just fine. So
yeah, it's pretty exciting. It's fun.
It's fun. So I keep telling myself he's just a foster. He's not a keeper. He's just going to stay with us until somebody wants to adopt him. So that's what I keep telling myself anyway.
Yep.
So that's just on a personal note, some fun things going on a more professional note. In January, we are going to try something new for Q1 in January. This is something that we've never done before.
Yep.
We are going to offer a 3-month accelerator course for anyone who wants to take massive action. Like it's going to be 3 months of jam-packed full of goodness of stuff that we've got in our academy. It's going to be the programs, it's going to be coaching. It's going to happen weekly.
Yep. Yeah, so you're getting all the done for you fillable spreadsheets and all the templates and everything goes along with everything that we have. So it's very, very simple, but it's going to take some work on your end. I mean, you have to put some time in, but we're
calling it an accelerator for a reason, because we have our academy that has courses, it's got trainings, all of this stuff is in the academy, which that's usually just like a monthly fee, and we have group coaching or we have one-on-one coaching. It's just we have different types of coaching. But this accelerator is just it's like an intensive. It's going to be like, okay, we're going to give you the top 20% of things that you need to get results. There's the 80-20 rule. We're going to not worry about the 80%. We're going to give you the top 20% that's going to get you set up for 2023. And we're going to get it in 3 months. So it's going to be great. So if you have ever thought that you were interested in joining, but you're like, I don't know if I have time. Well, if you're willing to set aside 3 months, Q1, we'll get you there. Yeah. So there'll be links for that everywhere.
Yeah, it's going to be milliondollarlandscaper.com/accelerator.
And this is a limited number of people. That's another thing that's going to make this great is it's going to be its own small group.
Yeah, it's only going to be 10 people. That's all we're going to have that
10 to 15 max.
Yeah.
We'll gauge interest, but there's going to be a cap because we want it to be small enough that you can get all of the one-on-one attention that you need and the help that you need. One-on-one, small group. Yeah. Yeah. So sometimes in a large group, there's not time for all the questions, but in these smaller groups, everybody can get their stuff answered. So if you are ready to accelerate yourself into 2023, like Scott said, milliondollarlandscaper.com/accelerator. Check that out.
The other thing I just want to throw out there, just think about this, all the talks about the recession and, who knows what's going to happen with that. But having yourself set up and going through this program is going to help you pretty much guarantee your success through the next season because you're going to have the tools to know that your pricing work where you need to be pricing it. You're going to have the systems and you're going to know how to hire people. So it's definitely going to be help you set you up for success with that.
Yes, because you're going to want to have your pricing on point. I'm sure you all have noticed by now inflation is real and it's happening. We can't go to the grocery store without spending $300 to $400 because we have two teenage boys.
I walked out with 3 bags yesterday from Walmart, and it was like $100.
Yes. So you need to have your pricing on point because there's nobody that's like giving us a break or not charging or, we're paying for it. So you're going to have to adjust your prices accordingly as well. And so when we go through this accelerator, you will be able to get that all unlocked. So you will be set for 2023 with your pricing.
Yeah. Well, even our academy, we went through our numbers here not too long ago, and we actually had to make some modifications in our stuff. The price
of the academy just went up. It had to.
Yep.
Because we have to adjust for not even just inflation, but we're just like you all. We have to know, we know our numbers and we know what we have to charge.
Yep. So we had to make the adjustments the same as you. So we're going to help you fine tune all that, get it all squared away for 2023. It's kind of weird to say 2023.
It is. We'll get there. We'll get more used to it. So, all right, quick word from our sponsors, and we will be right back. And we're going to talk about your definition of success.
This podcast is brought to you by Busy Busy. Busy Busy is so simple to use, and it's the most reliable GPS time tracking app on the market. And the best part is, it was built for landscapers. Busy Busy's founder created Busy Busy because he owns multiple construction companies and needed to understand better which projects were making him money and which projects were killing him. Payroll is the highest variable cost in the project, so you better be tracking it. Busy Busy does this better than anyone else. So download Busy Busy today, and don't forget to mention the $1 Million Landscaper podcast to get 3 free months.
We want to take a quick second to tell you about our friends over at Cycle CPA. I can't even express to you how important it is to have a good accountant on your side. You know you want accurate bookkeeping and financial statements every month. Instead, you're often left with limited time to focus on the accounting side of your business and no reports to show for it. At Cycle CPA, the landscaping accountants, they not only handle the bookkeeping, but also provide landscape industry benchmarking, job costing, financials by service line, advisory meetings, and much more. Cycle CPA has a team of landscaping accountants available to provide anything from bookkeeping to CFO services. Visit cyclecpa.com, and for $100 off, mention the $1 Million Landscaper podcast.
Welcome back, everybody. Today we want to talk about success because it can be easy to get caught up and stuck in somebody else's definition. It's a definition, the definition of success. But I really want you all to be honest with yourself and when you think about your business and what feels right for you. Because if you're operating under somebody else's definition of success, then you're never going to feel successful because that definition isn't authentic to you. Because being an entrepreneur isn't always easy. You've taken this route of owning your own business, owning your own landscaping business. So now that you've chosen to do that, make sure you're doing what is right and what feels successful to you. For example, we operate under the name $1 Million Landscaper. This is the $1 Million Landscaper podcast. We named ourselves that because we operated a $1 million company.
Yeah, so we
never broke 2 million. We got close to 2 a couple times, but that's as big as we ever got.
But that was fine for us. We were happy with that. We were happy.
That was where we wanted to be.
Yeah. With our size of our business and everything we had, it just seemed we did it for decades. And
and it was fine because for us, that was our definition of success because we were able to run that size of business profitably and it felt good to us and it felt comfortable. And that's where we felt fine. And that's okay. A lot of the coaching clients that we work with, a lot of them are working towards 7-figure businesses, but not all of them. Not everybody wants that big of a business. That the 7-figure mark isn't for everybody, and that's okay. Many people are happy at a size that's smaller.
And 1 or 2 people.
And if they're making the profits that they want that fits their definition of success, that is perfectly okay. So as we are creeping up here on 2023, that's one thing that I really want you to think about is what does success look like for you in 2023? You have to be able to define it. Because if you define it, then you can measure it. And if you measure it, if you're able to measure it, then you can track it. So then you can see where you are on that path to success. Because if you're clear on what your success looks like for you, and you're doing that tracking, that's going to be better off because it's easy to think that you're not being successful if you're not tracking it and you're not, if you don't have those like checkpoints along the way.
Well, you can't see you're making progress.
And a lot of people get stuck on just thinking, I'm not successful, I'm not doing enough, because they're gauging themselves towards where they want to be in the future. If all you're doing is measuring where you are now compared to where you want to be in the future, then you're always going to feel like you're not there yet, you're not successful. Too many people don't look backwards. You have to look backwards and be like, well, where am I now compared to where I was a month ago, 2 months, 6 months, a year ago? So that's just one of the reasons that I encourage you to have a trackable definition of success and to always make sure that you are looking back and gauging yourself on where you were and not only comparing yourself to where you want to be.
And it doesn't always have to be monetary.
No, it doesn't. I was sticking with monetary just because most of the people that listen to our podcast are thinking in terms of business.
Well, it is.
But it doesn't have to be. Yeah. And it doesn't have to be like the size of your business either. Like we talked about having a 7-figure business, because you can have a 7-figure business that isn't profitable. Oh, yeah. And so just going towards that revenue goal is not maybe the best. Maybe you should be going towards like a net profit goal or something like that. You can, once again, though, you can define it by whatever feels good for you. Yep. So if you are clear on your vision of success, but you're just finding yourself not getting there, then that's where we wanted to invite you to go ahead and take a look at the different coaching programs that we've got together on the $1,000,000landscaper.com and inside our $1 Million Academy. Because sometimes coaching is just what you need. Because coaching is the process of moving you from where you are now to where you want to be. And we can help you navigate all those challenges that that are inevitably going to kind of come up along the way. So we just wanted to just take this, a little bit of time here just to invite you to think about what success really means for you in 2023. What do you want to do? If you know what you want to do, because you've maybe had that goal for a while, but you continually find yourself caught in that loop of not getting there, hit us up. We've got a couple different ways you can work with us. We've mentioned we have our $1 Million Academy. We've got different layers in there. We've got, if you're more of a self-starter who's okay with just doing things on their own, or if you've got a really tight budget, we have a group coaching option.
Yeah, there's a lot of different options in there for you to help you get to that level.
Yeah, because if you've got a tight budget and you're pretty confident that you can get things done on your own, you just need like a little bit of feedback and support. Then we've got a tier where it is just the courses and trainings and all of the spreadsheets. Everything that's in the academy is available to you. You've got access to group coaching. Yep. The second way you can work with us is by joining the academy and getting one-on-one coaching. That's best if you're really ready to like dive deep into your business, or some people just aren't comfortable with a group setting or want more one-on-one personalized help. Then that's a good option for that.
Well, and I will say, just from hearing what other people have been doing, when they've been doing the one-on-one coaching with us, they're able to get stuff done faster because we're able to help them and push them along and encourage them along the way. The accountability is in there too. And like when they're speaking to me, they're like, they have a desire to get to there a little bit quicker. If you're doing it on your own, sometimes you'll tend to put it off. I'll get to it next week. Well, when they have those meetings with me, they're like, oh, I need to have this done by this meeting. I need to have this done by this meeting. And I give you assignments. So they're not like, I wouldn't say it's like assignments, but they're things that, hey, we need to have this done before next meeting. Let's set some goals.
The coaching is what gets you from where you are now to where you want to be. So that's, to me, the value of the one-on-one coaching is that.
Yeah. Yeah. So
it'll get you there. Yeah. Well, and I was going to say, then the third way you can work with us is the accelerator that we're offering for the first time in 2023. If you listen to the intro, we talked about it already. If you skipped that part, that's okay. We'll go over it real quick again. It's just going to be it's a 3-month commitment. And we're going to take you personally through the top 20% of things that you need to get your business on track for 2023. It's going to be weekly, very small group coaching, not a large group. Yep. We're going to cap the number of people that we let into it. But it's going to be an awesome way to get yourself on your feet for 2023. If you're an action taker and you're like, you know what, I've been kind of dragging my feet.
Sometimes you just need a little help, a little encouragement to get things done. And the other thing too is you'll find in this accelerator program, we're going to be able to help look over things. So if you're putting together, we'll say your overhead budget, you're not sure what's supposed to be in there, you're not sure the numbers are right, you're going to get feedback from me, one-on-one feedback from me, and hey, no, change this, or no, they did a great job, or whatever it is. So it's nice you're going to have that one-on-one, and it's going to be able to push you along a lot faster and get it done that much sooner.
That's why we're capping it, because we want to be able to provide that level of hands-on support so you can get yourself set for 2023. So that group's going to have its own community as well, so you can get help from others that are in the group. We use an app called Heartbeat, but anyway, so you'll have your own group, a little small group in there, so you can talk to everybody else who's in the group.
I'm really excited about this because a lot of people are slower during the wintertime. So this is the time to like really dive in. This is something that we used to do. We used to dive in a lot of numbers and a lot of different things during the wintertime and go to different courses and classes and do whatever we could, read and everything. So now is the time to dive in and get yourself set up for the next season. That way, when the spring comes around and you get all these estimates coming into you, you don't have time to do all that. I get it. So we get you set up now. You'll know your numbers. You'll have the estimating set up, a system set up, and you'll be able to just roll.
You'll have your like Scott said, estimating system will be set up. You'll have your sales system taken care of.
Yep.
We'll touch on employee stuff you're going to need for your employees specifically. We'll provide you with an employee handbook and show you how to use it. Things like that, things that you might not have even ever thought of. So no worries, we got you covered because we know what you need. So it will all be available to you in that accelerator. And this is all stuff that is inside of the academy. If you choose to go that route, like we said, we just wanted to put this into like a quick package. Like, okay, like, come on, let's bring it. We got Q1. Let's get you together. So
it's going to be it's like Katie said, it's an accelerated course, but we're going to walk you through. Hold your hand and pull you along and encourage you along to get where you need to be.
Did you mean that pull you along, dragging, kicking,
well,
screaming?
Sometimes it might be.
No, I'm kidding.
Sometimes it's a bit scary when you start seeing some of these numbers and you start questioning some of the things, like going back to like just equipment. People see the equipment costs and they
freak out.
They're like, no way.
Equipment.
We had one person that did our numbers course, and we do some of this in the numbers course. They saw how much the fuel was for his truck. He was blown away just for his personal truck. Well, not personal, but the truck he drove around in for his jobs and stuff. It was $7,000. He never thought that. And he's like, holy cow.
Yep.
Just a weed eater's costing you $2,000 a year. Like, no way. Yeah, it does.
It does. By the time you add up, fuel, repairs, everything. It all adds up. And these are I can't talk. These are the things that sometimes you don't know what you don't know, I guess is what I'm trying to get to. Yeah. And so we have a lot of things that fall into that category because you have the luxury of having Scott's 20 years of experience behind you. So you can show up and don't worry about making any mistakes or not knowing it because it's all mistakes that we have probably made and it's all things that we didn't know either. And so that's another reason why we like a small group, because it's a small supportive group. It's not like on, if you get in a free Facebook group, I hate when people post questions or somebody doesn't know something and people give like shitty, crappy answer. Like, it's so rude. It's like, come on, none of you all were born knowing this stuff. So stop. Yeah. Everybody's got to learn somewhere. So it's a safe environment to ask any questions that you have without getting rude comments back. Yep. So
definitely check out the academy, the different courses that we have available, and the 3-month accelerator. If that's something that's interested you, head over there and get signed up.
Yeah, because whatever your definition of success is, we're here to help you get there. So hit us up. There's multiple ways to work with us. There's no reason not to succeed in 2023. There's really not.
Yeah, like we said, the talks of the recession, now's the time to kind of hammer things down, get things more efficient, more productive.
Yeah, we're old. We've already been through a recession. A couple of them. We played that game, so we got it. You'll be fine. We got you. So, all right, you ready for a few questions?
Yep.
All right, what's the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
Ooh, there's a lot of pieces of advice I've been given that are good. The best one, though?
If you can't pick a favorite, just pick a good one.
Well,
share some of these wisdom nuggets.
I think, honestly, as we say, do it dirty. That wasn't like the exact term that I was told, but just don't get hung up on perfection sometimes. And I was bit of a perfectionist. Like I wanted things to be done perfect before I go out and put it out to the world or do this and that. But it doesn't always happen that way. And
yes, because we aren't taught to just do it dirty. Everybody, like if you come up through traditional education, you're supposed to get it done. You're supposed to do it right. You get graded on how well you perform and how good you are at doing things. And I'm not like pooping on education. I'm really not. But you just don't learn to just take imperfect action.
Yeah.
And that's really what separates the men from the boys. I hate to say it like that. The gals from the women, whatever. I'm not trying because people who make a lot of successful moves in their business, it's not because they instantly took perfect action. It's because they were okay with being uncomfortable enough to take imperfect action and to do it dirty.
That's just it too. You tend not to take action because you get hung up on the details and like, oh, I need to do this, this, and this. No, just start doing it and get.
And it can feel uncomfortable. That's another reason, just to promote the accelerator again, you're going to have a group of people in there that are going to be supporting you. So if you are having to take actions in your business that you haven't taken before and that are kind of uncomfortable, you're going to have a support group.
Yep.
All right. Wow, that was just supposed to be a quick question. We really got off on a tangent there. All right, we'll run through these because the dogs have found us. All of our equipment is going to be knocked over shortly because we have 2 80-pound dogs in here. Okay, brag to me about the best things that have gone on in your life in the past 30 days.
Past 30 days.
Yeah, past month or so.
Let's see. Well, I think we all got to take a trip up to Chicago here recently. That I like going up with everybody.
With your side of the family. Yeah.
Like with you and the boys. That's always fun. So I think that was...
family trip.
Yeah, that was nice. We'd missed out on Thanksgiving.
I was sick over Thanksgiving, so that's my fault. So everybody stayed home, so we didn't infect everyone because we were being polite.
No, I think that's probably the best thing so far.
Alrighty. What is your most treasured possession?
I don't know. I really don't have anything that's like treasured. I have like a couple, I don't know, it's kind of weird. I have a couple of the cards that you get when somebody passes away that I keep holding on. Like I have my grandpa and then one of the gentlemen that was kind of a mentor that I used to do stuff for. I still have that card. I don't know why. I just don't throw it away. But
yeah, that's right. It means something to you.
Yeah. So
no judgment here.
I guess that's it. So.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us today, everybody. Don't forget to check out the $1 Million Academy or that accelerator, whichever one feels like it would be a good fit for you. Because if you get your definition of success set up for 2023, we are happy to help you get there.
Yep. Love to have you part of the program.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us today and have a great day.